Hello guys, welcome back to another vlog. I am at Goodwill. So this is my first Goodwill trip. I've been to the Goodwill bins and other thrift stores, but not to an actual Goodwill in a hot minute actually, which is crazy. But it's 9:36, they open at 9. There's honestly quite a few people here. So I have my daughter with me, so no telling how long I'll be able to stay in there. I try to come early, that way she can last a little longer. And then I'm going to try to video as much as I can in there. It's just hard with her, and I'm videoing on my phone and trying to look up stuff. So, but I'll definitely keep y'all updated, give you a haul, and see what goodies we can find. I have a list of brands that I've been like researching. Well, not researching. I've been watching YouTube videos and like doing my own research on what to look for, what not to look for. And so I have a list of that. So I'm going to try to like look at that as I look for stuff as well. But yeah, sorry, this is really up close and personal. In my face, this needs to be like back here. Anyways, let's go see what we can find. All right, guys, the last time you saw me, and if I say all right, guys, one more time, was this morning. I was going in to Goodwill with my daughter, and that was just a cluster. She doesn't want to stay in the basket. She wants to be held, and then I'm trying to look stuff up. So definitely just going to have to figure out if someone can watch her when I can go, or doing sourcing on the weekends, just because it's not a thing doing it with a 1-year-old, which is understandable. It's not her fault, and giving her grace. But yeah, just figuring out that aspect of this whole reselling thing, being a mom, and then also having another baby coming. It's going to be a challenge, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to keep going. I was a little defeated this morning. I did find some good things at the Goodwill. I found some rag and bone heels, but they wanted like $16, $17 for them. So I had like 6 or 7 items in my cart. I had some J. Crew wide leg jeans. I had a pair of like Y2K low cut boot cut, I forgot the brand, jeans, and then those shoes. I think I had another pair of shoes, and then I had just like this Y2K, had some flowers on the front shirt that was kind of gonna be for style, more Depop sell. And then I hear the guy worker telling someone, yeah, you're gonna come tomorrow, it's our 50% off the entire store. I said, let me put all this stuff back. I'm gonna put it in one section. If it's the Lord's will for me to have it, it will be there tomorrow, and I'll go get everything for half off, because the prices are just, you've already heard me say this before. I'm just used to like Goodwill bins. It's like, or a dollar section. And so I was like, I'm just gonna leave this here, and we're gonna come back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, so my husband will be able to watch my daughter, and I'll be able to look things up, and really just like give 100% and find the items I want, and not just buying stuff because I'm in the whim of the moment, or I can't look it up and it's like, okay, whatever, just get it. So I don't want to do that. But I did drop my daughter off at my sister's house and went to this thrift store that's by my house, because they have like a dollar section, and their stuff is reasonably priced. In their dollar section, I found 100% camel hair men's like blazer. It's $1. I didn't get it. I took pictures of it. I'm going to do more research. No one's going to buy it. It's 75 degrees right now in Corpus Christi, Texas. I don't think anyone's out for a camel coat unless they're a reseller. But I'm going to do more research if it's worth it. I just don't want to buy it. Yeah, it's $1 and it just sit and nothing. I did look up some comps of that brand, and some were like 60, 70, but I didn't really see anything sold. So do more research on that if it's worth it to snag it. I did get 2 things. I am trying to be super picky of definitely looking at comps and getting a reasonable amount of money back when purchasing these things, obviously as a reseller, and not just grabbing things just to like, oh, I need to grab these things. So just being wise, and then with my like research and like watching videos and learning brands that are not going to sell, that I think are good brands, and just really being picky, making sure I'm looking at the tag on the inside, what it's made out of, and just looking across like Poshmark, eBay, Depop on what to get. There was like this really cute quilted vest that I was like, oh, this would be cute style-wise for Depop, but it was $6, and then I looked on Depop and some were selling like for $15, $20, and I'm like, that's not really worth it. If it was like $1, I would get it, but $6, no. Anyways, I am gonna show y'all this find. I thought these were $1 because they didn't have a price tag on it, and they had a sign that said $1 shoes. Anyways, these Brighton vintage, made in Italy, little Y2K heel. I was like, absolutely, snag these. I'm pretty sure they were $5. My total was $11. I got 2 items, which $11, but for 2 items. But I looked up comps for vintage Brighton heels and like $50, $60, and these ones are super cute. They're tiny. They're 5.5. The lady was like, they had these in the kids section. And she's like, they're absolutely not kids. I said, no, this would be my mom's size shoe. And it's funny. But yeah, I'm gonna post these and see what I can get. Super cute little heels. They're in good shape. I mean, the bottom, they're older, so obviously, but I was like yanking on them, making sure there's no like shoe rot. They're made in Italy. But yeah, just thought, let me hold both of them up. Let me hold them up correctly. Just thought these little heels were super cute, and if I could get 50 low end, 40, I'd be satisfied. And then I found, this is where the checking the tag comes in handy, because I found a vintage Lowland Scott sweater, and I was like, oh, Lowland Scott. And then I get home and the tag says 100% acrylic. I said, in the trash. So we didn't sell it. It was $1, so I didn't feel too bad. But it's a medium J. Crew. It was $6. Little black, this little cut, which I think is in right now, sweater, and it is 100% merino wool. So, and I looked up comps for these, and they are pretty good. Oh my gosh. OMG. Let me find the tag, so y'all don't think I'm lying. Where is she at? Okay. She is a little bent. 100% merino wool. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Okay. So $6. Looked up comps for these. Saw some in like the 40s, 30, 60. So definitely snagged this. I'm gonna try to resell these 2 things. Hopefully I could get a good cash return on those. Like I said, $11. If I could sell those on the higher end, that would be like icing on the cake for 2 items, especially with today. I was so defeated with wanting to get inventory and not being able to go source, just because I'm a stay-at-home mommy and my sisters are busy working, and then friends are working because it is a weekday. So we're not going to complain about that anymore. I love being a mom. I enjoy being a stay-at-home mom. It's just a different challenge that I do have to overcome if I'm wanting to resell. And so just trying to figure out how I can do that. I'm done rambling about that. I'm actually going to go in the store and get some groceries. I'm going to update you guys later on what I've sold so far, which is amazing, praise the Lord. And hopefully I'll sell something soon as well. See you guys later. Jumping back in this video real quick, I was editing it and looking back and mentioned that I was going to update you guys on what I've sold, and I'm going to do that real quick. So I did sell, I'm going to try if I can figure out the lead pictures here. It's like a celestial moon crew neck that I found at the Goodwill bins that I probably paid at most $2 for. I sold that for $40 on Depop, which I was like, okay. And then I got a Mickey Mouse collared button up, like Y2K 90s actually, red plaid like tank that I sold literally in one day. I posted it. No, then like the next day someone bought it, and that sold for 15 bucks. And then I sold a, what is the brand? It's right here. Oh, Natural Life, like a little blouse, boho looking blouse, and that sold for I think $12, and I got that for $1. So those are 3 items that I've sold on Depop. So overall, I think it's around 60 that I've made off of those that I spent like $4 total on, which that's awesome. And then I did sell, I think I've talked about this in another video, I've sold on eBay, which I was so surprised. It was a J. Jill linen striped dress that someone got, and that sold in like a day. And I know J. Jill doesn't really, because it's sold in JCPenney's, but 100% linen. Some of their stuff is nice, and I'm like, really? It doesn't sell? But yeah, that sold. So I was like, okay. And then I did sell a Free People dress on Poshmark, but I went to go ship it again, talk about this, and it had stains all over it, and I'm like, I'm not selling this to this girl. I think I washed it with something because it did not look like that when I brought it home. So I was kind of upset about that, but it was only like 11 bucks, so not too upset. If it was something more expensive, I would have been crying. But so far, that's what I've sold. I'm hoping I can get some more things moving. I have people watching, liking. I'm sending offers. I'll take offers. So, Lord, please let this stuff move. Let me be able to sell stuff. And I kind of get defeated because I watch videos. People are like, oh, I sell 5-10 things a day. But they also have like 1,000, 2,000 items listed, or hundreds of items listed. And I have 30 items listed. So, can't get too defeated about that. And it's gonna take some time. So yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on that. Let's continue this video. Why am I always congested when I have to do that? Actually, I think it's from the thrift stores, all the dust and the dirt. Okay. Alrighty, guys. If I say already, I need something else to start this out. Okay, y'all. Maybe the y'all, because I'm Texan. This vlog has kind of been all over the place, but it's perfectly fine. What's today? Saturday. So Friday morning went to Goodwill, tried to get stuff, had my daughter, couldn't. Found out while I was there that Saturday, which is today, is their 50% off store-wide, which I learned today they do that every first Saturday of the month. So that's really good to know that every first Saturday of the month. I don't know if it's all the Goodwills, but I know the one in my like neighborhood is 50% off the entire store, which that's amazing. So I put all my stuff back, and then that evening I went to a smaller thrift store and got 2 items, which I showed y'all were those Brighton heels, and then a wool J. Crew black sweater. Yes, that's what I got. Okay, I posted the heels. The sweater I'm gonna steam because it looks a little wrinkled and the picture didn't look good. And so I'm gonna steam it a bit, and that way the pictures will look good when I post it. Anyways, so I went to the Goodwill today. Praise the Lord, made it. It was an eventful day this morning. I had like a birthing class, and then I thought I had a birthday party I needed to take my daughter to at 3, so I roll up to the park, and I'm like, it's actually March 7th, not February 7th. So drove all like 25 minutes to the park, and then literally turned around and came back. I was like, why didn't it hit me when I was halfway here? Anyways, so then I came back home, dropped my daughter off, and then went to I think my husband's feeding my dog again, and I've already fed her. It's fine. I went to Goodwill. So total was $26.30. So everything was 50% off, and then if it had a yellow tag, it was 75% off, which had one yellow tag item. So that's the total. I'm gonna keep the receipt, and we're just gonna go through this. I've kind of been learning to do, I've been watching videos, obviously I keep saying that, and looking for style-based sells and then like brand sells. So Depop, I realize, is more style-based and gears more towards like the hashtag, like fairy core, whimsy goth, granny core, preppy, academia. And so it's not really like they're going on there to look for these brands. It's more they're going on there to look for stuff that fits their style. So I'm trying to do more style-based. Poshmark, I think, is kind of like the same, but also does brands. And then eBay, like brand-wise. If I'm wrong about that, let me know, but that's kind of like the vibe I'm getting. So some of these are style-based. I did go back, like I said, and I looked in the area where I put all my stuff back, and I only found one item that I put that, which was this top. I got it, it was $4.99, so I got it for half off. It's just crazy to me that this was $4.99. It's a vintage secret treasures, but I got it for the style base because I think this is very like fairy core for jerseys. This is the back, but love the detail of the roses, like dainty. Those are some of the tags that I'm gonna use. But cute little top. Eventually I'm gonna get to where I can try stuff on and really show you guys, but it just isn't really gonna hit when I'm 7 months pregnant and can't put the stuff on or my belly's all out. That's just not it. Next one, this one is style based as well. It's a vintage tape measure skirt. I thought, and it has a little button in the front. This is absolutely beautiful. Like, I would keep this if I was about it. So I'm thinking like whimsy goth, I think. Y2K. If there's any other hashtags that are like trending or like that you know of, like leave them down below. I have like an ongoing list of stuff, of tags that I can tag these items. This one I know there's another one I was thinking of, but I can't think of it on the top of my head right now. But this skirt. Next, this one is style based too. This is just absolutely darling. I would keep this. Honestly, I would keep some of this stuff. A good Willie Smith collection. And it's just this sweater with the little button detail, which this is really in right now. And this was $6.59, so half off. But this is absolutely gorgeous. Love that little button detail. I forgot to say the price of this one. This one was $6.79. Again, and all of these were half off, so divide that by 2, like 3 something. Next, I looked up these on Poshmark, I think. So they're actually Gap, and I've seen some videos that some people are just like, Gap doesn't really move, but I think not just because they were Gap, but because more style based, that cable knit is in style, wide leg. This was $5.79. I was like, okay, at the end of the day, these would fit me right now. Wide leg. I made sure, I literally looked over my items like 3 or 4 times for any stains, anything like that. I literally moved my location in the Goodwill so I had better lighting from the sun coming in so I could see, because I don't want to come home again and not be able to sell anything or the item because of a stain, tear, hole, whatever. So definitely looked at them. These are super cute. Honestly, I'm looking at the leg. Oh, I guess it's not bad. That kind of looks short. It's not bad. But yeah, these are super cute. That cable knit is in. Cozy little vibe there. Next, I'm not selling this. I did actually look it up, and someone was selling 2 of them for like $30 on eBay, but I saw this and I was like, okay, first of all, what is that? It's vintage. I don't know what it says on the back, but it's like clay. And I Google image searched it, and it's for a baked potato, which I guess makes sense. You stab it, cook it, whatever. But that's not what I'm gonna use it for. I'm gonna use it for my rings, because I take my rings off and just leave them places in my house And so I thought this was a really cute idea. Put your rings on. I said, yeah. And literally I'm going to put it on my nightstand. So I could put, I might put it on my nightstand. My daughter likes to come play over here and rip stuff off. So I don't know about that. I'll put it up higher. That way I can use it and put my little rings on. But I thought that was absolutely cute. It was $3.49, which I feel like that's pretty cheap. Good deal for Goodwill. But not only that, it was half off. So, and then also had a conversation with the guy about how crazy it is that they have newspapers because they're so rare to find. We threw a bachelorette dinner for my sister, and it was kind of like old money New York vibe, and we could not find newspapers to save our life. And he was like, yeah, they donate them here, so if you ever need them, come here. I'm like, that's good to know. So if you ever need a newspaper, maybe your local Goodwill has it, because that's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna wait to take that off. They're actually hard to come by. Okay, next find I was really excited about, and I never knew this brand until I started watching videos and getting in that rabbit hole of reselling. But the brand is Prana, and it's a Expensiver brand. Expensiver, is that a word? Who knows? They were $6.39, half off of that. They're a guy's men's jeans. They're 36 waist, so that's a good waist size. Times 9 long, I guess. But I looked up comps for these, and I saw some kind of like 35, low end 20. So I think I'm gonna price these around $25, and I paid $3 for them. So if I could sell those, and the sell-through rate I looked at on eBay, which I'm trying to learn that as well, and these were selling like hotcakes. So okay, these will see. They're the Prana Brion 2, I think is the name of these. I typed in the tag number and that's what came up. So if I sell those, that pretty much pays for this entire haul. Next thing, so this doesn't have a brand tag in it. And sometimes I'm kind of deceived when clothes have just like a small tag in it like that, because it just gives Shein vibes. But I felt this and I was like, that's not Shein. And so I looked on the inside, and it's 100% linen, and it's made in Italy. So we don't call that Shein, but it's absolutely beautiful. The striped 100% linen, the little buttons are cute. There's not another tag in here, so unknown, but it being 100% linen, made in Italy, just the style of it, I believe, is in, and spring's coming up, linen's about to come through. So that one was a good little find. Next one I looked up, I saw this in the men's section, which the men's section can be a little intimidating because I'm like, I don't know what to look for. There's so many suit jackets, there's so many dress shirts, and I'm like looking them up, and I'm like, nah. So I'm gonna try to get better at that. But anyways, found this in the guy section. I think someone put it back. The brand is Intro, and it's 100% cotton, I want to say, or it's a cotton blend. Yeah, no, it's 100% cotton. And I just thought this was absolutely adorable. And I looked up comps for these, and high end like 40, 35. Some lows I saw 20, but the ones I saw lows 20 did not have the like floral embroidered. It was just like a color of this cut of shirt. And so I'm hoping I can sell this for like 30, 35. But I just thought it was absolutely darling. I would honestly keep this if I was in the reselling business. I'm like, honestly, it's the Lord giving me the strength not keeping these items, because I do want to keep some of these items, but I'm also like, no, gotta sell them. That's not the goal here. Next is, this was a style-based pickup, and I wasn't gonna get it, but then the cashier was like, it's yellow tag, it's 75% off, so it was like $1. Okay. And I was just thinking very dainty little top that I could sell on Depop, like $10, would be cool. I mean, it was $1. If I don't sell it, I'm not gonna wear it. Not my size. The guy was probably thinking, why is this pregnant lady buying this shirt? but this was like $1. Thought it was really like cute, just very dainty. Already said that, you get the gist. I'm gonna try and find some more like wording hashtags that I can do with that talk. And then last thing was these Judy blue jeans, which I have learned that are a good resell. This is the back of the jean, and there's like a little black tab here. So a good resell for women. They're wide leg, cropped. I saw them low end like 20, 25, 30. I think I actually saw this exact pair for sale on Posh for $30. So I'm gonna try to list them 30. Well, I think it was 35. 30, 35, and then take offers. And they're a good size too. They're not super small. Well, maybe they're 26. They're $8.99, but actually like $4 something. So half off there. But yeah, I thought this was a cool find. It's cool to find the styles that I'm learning out in the wild and be like, oh, I know that one. I know what that is, because it's so easy to pass these up. They're like, oh, they're just a pair of women's pants, or oh, those are just guys' shorts. Who knows what Prada is? But yeah, it's really cool to find that. What was I gonna say? I don't know what I was gonna say, but trying to learn the brands more. That way I'm not so intimidated when I go out and I'm like, I don't know. But also Google searching, image searching, and then deciding what's good to take, what's not good to take. But hopefully, Lord willing, this stuff will sell. Again, I'm selling on Poshmark, Depop, and eBay. If you want to go buy anything that I got, this stuff will be posted. I'm going to try to take pictures ASAP, and get this stuff on there. That way we can get it out and I can get more stuff and just start progressing in this and actually seeing like the fruit of it come through. I forgot to say how much this top was. I think I forgot. It was $4.99, which that's a pretty good price for this top if I would have paid for it in full, but we did not. We got that half off. So I'll probably be hitting up the Goodwill first Saturdays of the month, maybe for the next 2 months, and then I'll have a baby. And then we'll figure out life from there. I think that's all for this video. Thank you so much for sticking around. Again, if you want to go with me on this journey, like, subscribe. That means so much to me. I just think I'm so thankful for all the subscribers I've got, people that watch my videos. It is truly a blessing that I don't take for granted. But yeah, that's it. Hope you'll have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.